Hello and welcome to today's video. This is the start of a new exciting video, a new exciting reading vlog. And yeah, basically I had this idea and I was like, let's do it, basically. This isn't an original idea, loads of people have done this, but I'm going to be reading hopefully 3 books in this video that are all like popular on TikTok. Don't know how it's going to go. Honestly, I have low hopes for all of these. These all in my mind have potential to be DNF, and honestly I think I'm probably only hopeful-ish for one. So it could be a quick video, it could be a slow video, I really don't know right now. I've picked these 3 books because I already own them. I already own them because I've seen them for either free or extremely cheap and been like, I might want to try that at some point, so I've got them. I get most of my books secondhand, so I don't mind picking them up, you know. I don't think I've paid more than £1 for any of these, so I really don't mind picking them up, giving them a go, and if I don't like them, donating them back to a charity shop or dropping them off at a book exchange or something. So yeah, I'm only going to give myself a week to film this video. It is currently almost midnight on the 31st of October to almost the 1st of November, so I guess I'll give myself till the 7th of November to read these. That's 7 like whole days. So yeah, that doesn't seem like a lot of time, but honestly I feel like these are the type of books that if I don't put a time constraint on, I'm just not going to prioritise reading them. So let's actually now talk about the books. These are the 3 books. 2 romance, and I honestly don't know what genre this one is, so yeah, let's talk about them. I haven't actually decided which book I'm starting with, so this is just the order they're in. Up first we have The Hating Game. I know that this is enemies to lovers, but I don't believe that it actually is because they're just working in an office. They're not really going to be enemies, are they? And yeah, they work in an office and they both dislike each other and want the same promotion, I think. I don't know. I've heard other people talk about this book, obviously. So that is that book. This one, we have almost the exact same setup, I think. I think they work in the office, they're enemies to lovers. Probably not really enemies to lovers, they probably just dislike each other. But for this one, our main female character has to go to, is it a sister or a best friend? Something like that. She's got a wedding to go to and needs a date apparently. I don't know. Honestly, all seems like massive bullshit to me. But the person who she dislikes at the office says they'll go with her. Yeah, honestly, these 2, I haven't got high hopes. I don't enjoy a lot of romance books, but occasionally I come across a gem and I'm never expecting to like that gem. And I'm trying to narrow it down to figure out what I like. So we've got 2 more to try here. We'll see how they go. And then the 3rd book we've got is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn, Hugo. I had high hopes for this book when I found this book. Like, I found this for free in a book exchange, I think. I can remember being really excited about this. Since then, I've read Daisy Jones and the Six by the same author and didn't enjoy it. It didn't live up to the hype. It was just okay. And I don't really read books for them to be just okay. I'd rather not finish a book if it's going to be just okay. I'd like it to be good. Unless it's like, you know, a reread to get me like in a reading mood, then I don't mind, you know. But yeah, so that is that book. I don't really know what it's about. It is written in a report format, I'm pretty sure, like an interview type thing. And Evelyn Hugo's talking about her 7 husbands, but really she's not talking about her love for any of them. She's talking, I think, about a woman that she is in love with, but like no one knew that or something like that. I don't know. Again, I've only heard other people talk about it, not really sure what it's about. But those are the 3 books, and the 3 books that I'm hoping to read this video. Now, why am I reading them? Obviously this video idea is reading books that are popular on TikTok, and I would say all these books are popular on TikTok or booktok. But I don't really watch a lot of booktok, so I don't know if they're still popular, but when I picked them up they were all popular. I don't have anything against booktok, I don't have anything for booktok, don't really care about it, don't really consume it, but occasionally it'll show up when I use the app. I don't really use the app, so it really doesn't affect me in any way. Actually, I lied, I do have something against booktok, but that is a silly something, and that's just the fact that these permanent as seen on booktok stickers are a thing now, and like anything that decides it's important enough to be made into a permanent unremovable sticker on a book, I'm not gonna like. So do have that against it. Really not a fan of that. Have not purchased books in the past because of that, because I just don't want it. I'd rather wait until they're reprinted at some point and not have that on. So there we go. Those are the 3 books that I'm planning on reading in this video. I'll go into more detail and read the synopses when I like pick each book up, so it's all like, you know, together. I'm hopefully just going to read these one at a time. And I think after having a bit of a look, I'm going to start with the Spanish Love Deception. My main reason for starting with this one is because it's available straight away for me to listen to the audiobook on Scribd. I think there's more chance of me liking it if I'm listening along as well, and also more chance of me reading it quickly. So I guess that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's decision made. That's what we're doing. So, The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Elena Armas. I'll double check. A wedding in Spain. The most infuriating man. 3 days to convince your family you're actually in love. Catalina Martin desperately needs a date to her sister's wedding, especially when her little white lie about her American boyfriend has spiralled out of control. Now everyone she knows, including her ex-boyfriend and his fiancée, will be there. She only has 4 weeks to find someone willing to cross the Atlantic for her and aid her in her deception. NYC to Spain is no short flight and her family won't be easy to fool, but even then, when Aaron Blackford, the 6'4" blue-eyed pain in the arse, offers to step in, she's not tempted even for a second. Never has there been a more aggravated, blood-boiling, insufferable man. But Catalina is desperate, and as the wedding gets closer, the more desirable an option Aaron Blackford becomes. Okay, so they don't actually hate each other. Already guessing there. You don't have to go to... Well, you don't have to go to a wedding with someone anyway, in my personal opinion. But you don't do that for someone you hate. And you don't describe someone in that way. Like, I assume it's going to be like first person. Honestly, this is a dreadful way to describe someone. 6'4" blue-eyed pain in the arse. But like, you just, you know. Honestly, I'm already hating the sound of this. I don't know why I thought I'd like this. When I picked this up, I obviously thought I'd like this. I don't think this is going to be for me. I'm just going to come right out and say it here. Really not into this kind of like stupid enemies to lovers. Like, that only really works in fantasy. I love fantasy with a good romance subplot where like there can really be enemies. I love that. I really don't think we're going to get that here. I already hate the way that these people are being like described. And I also hate the fact that it's like you'd need to take a date. I don't think I'm going to like the main character as a person, as she's having this thought process. I also don't think I'm going to like her family, because from the back here I'm already sensing that she's not happy that her ex-boyfriend and his fiancée are going to be there. So like, I'm guessing it wasn't an amicable breakup. So I'm guessing I'm not going to like her family because they feel it's okay to invite him. But this is where we're starting. So yeah, I'll check back in as and when I have thoughts and updates. Okay, I started this last night, started the audiobook, got it on Scribd, lovely. I got to page 4, I've just found where I got to in the audiobook, which is actually page 4, like it's 4 real pages, it just starts at 1. I had to put it down. It's honestly a bit ridiculous, and like I've only just started it. I'm getting quite worried about it. So I don't know how old these people are meant to be. I might Google it, but like our main character, Lena, is just acting like an absolute bitch and like a child. I can't think of any example of how like she started out acting in this book would be acceptable, would be okay. Like, I don't even think as like a teenager you'd think that that was actually okay to do. Like, especially not with someone that you're friends with. Like, it's not a joke. Like, I mean, spoilers are going to start here, but I have only read 4 pages. Like, she just turns around and doesn't talk to him. Like, she refuses to look at him. He's refusing to talk to him. And it's just like, what? But like, she's listening and telling her friend what to say to him, who stood right there. It's just, honestly, it's absolutely ridiculous. 28? She's 28. Yeah, like, I'm not surprised that she doesn't have a date, because if, like, not even to a person, but to anyone, like, not the person you're interested in, like, if Jay, my boyfriend, treated someone, how she's currently treating someone. I won't be friends, we won't be together. Like, it's just ridiculous. I don't even know how she's got this one friend she's talking to, let alone like why she thinks she's like the bee's knees. I'm gonna try and keep reading it. Like, at 4 pages is absolutely ridiculous to like stop now. I'm gonna try and read some more. I just couldn't last night, it was just too ridiculous for me. I do have some stuff to do today that I can listen to the audiobook for, but I'm struggling to get out of bed because of how cute this little boy is being. So yeah, we'll try and read some more. Hopefully it gets better. Yeah. Yeah. Do you hope it gets better too? Yeah, you hope it gets better too? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I got to the end of chapter 1. Don't really have anything to add, except I did realise that I didn't say, look, I do understand that sometimes people are shitty at the start of books for character development. This doesn't seem like what it is. A lot of things that were vocalised during chapter 1, such as like, oh, I need better friends, and like how horrible this guy is, and it's just like, you don't need better friends. Your friends need to drop you, because what the fuck. Yeah. It's very info dumpy right now. We're getting a lot of just like, here's all the information about me and this guy, but I really don't care about you or this guy. I don't know anything about you. Everything I know about you makes me dislike you. This isn't working. What the hell's going on? Hopefully I'll update next time a bit happier. Okay, so last night listening to the audiobook, I got to like just before chapter 4 on this. Chapter 4 is page 47. So I've read, you know, quite a good chunk, I feel. It's not really getting any better. I'm getting less annoyed at it. I think I'm like just accepting it's going to be stupid and accepting that our main character is stupid. So much has happened in terms of conversation about this guy, and everything that's happened she dislikes, but everything she says, it shows that he likes her, but she's not seeing that. And everything she says realistically shows that she actually fancies him as well. Don't know if she likes him, but she at least fancies him, and it's just a bit stupid, to be honest. Like, I can't see this ever being a thing. I can't see this being realistic, and this is just a setup. This is just the fact that they work together. However, right at the very end of chapter 3, he actually came to help with a work project, and they actually started talking a little bit more. I wasn't loving the dialogue and like what was going on between them, but it was better than what we'd had. What I've decided to do for this one, I had a look at how far in a quarter of the way was, and I think if I read to chapter 7, that will be pretty much, I think a quarter of the way was page 117, and chapter 7 starts on 114, so that's pretty much a quarter of the way in. So I'm going to commit to getting to there, which is more than what I've already read again. In fact, it's 1.5 times what I've already read again. But I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to commit to getting to that point there, get to chapter 7, and then I'll make a decision. Okay, update time. I've got to chapter 7. It's not dreadful, like it's definitely got better. I still just really don't like the main character. I really don't understand the mindset. I don't understand like how she's thinking these things, and there's already miscommunication and they're not even like together. They haven't even gone on their first fate date yet. Oh yeah, because he wants her to go on a fate date as well. Apologies if you can hear the cats in the background, they're playing in a box. Yeah, I don't know. I really struggle. Even if I really enjoy the rest of this, I don't think I would give it more than 3 stars. And I don't know how to make the decision whether I continue or not. I don't know. Like, it's not dreadful. It's not, but all of the conversation doesn't feel real. Like, I get that these people are meant to seem awkward, but it just doesn't seem real. Like, you can pretend to be civil with someone, and like the whole reason she doesn't like him is basically miscommunication. Like, she's already said, like the first couple of days he worked there, she overheard him on the phone saying he didn't want to work with her, and it's like, tell him then. Like, I think this was almost 2 years ago. Like, discuss it, maybe, you know, have an adult conversation. I don't know. I think, no, I'm cleaning the house today. Like, I'm recording that, well, that'll be a separate video, but I'm cleaning the entire house. Well, today I'm concentrating on the living room and the kitchen, and I think I'm just gonna keep listening. Like, it's not an unpleasant listening experience. Like, it's quite easy, it's quite simple. I think I'm just going to keep listening and see how I feel. The first 2 chapters were dreadful. Like, I'm not going to lie, the first 2 chapters were absolutely dreadful and stupid. And like, in my mind, I'm like, even though this character's starting to act a bit nicer now, I'm like, but you're still that person. You still think it's okay to act and treat other people like that? We'll just see. We'll see what I think. I'm going to give it a bit longer. If I get to like the halfway point and I'm still like, I'll finish it. If before the halfway point it like pisses me off too much or gets stupid or like childish again, I'll probably just leave it alone. So let's listen and see. I don't know, I hate miscommunication basically, and that is all this book has been. There's been so many instances already, and like, I'm only this far the way in, where if they'd have just spoken, if they'd have just talked and made sure they understood what the other person was saying, there'd be no issue here. There'd be nothing extra, and it's really obvious. Like, from a reader's perspective, it's very obvious when all these things are happening, and it's just annoying. Like, I don't get any enjoyment out of that. I don't understand it, and it's happened so much. Like, it's not once or twice already. Like, I am 188 pages in, and it's probably happened 5 or 6 times, maybe more. Okay, I did finish this last night. I listened to most of it whilst cleaning, and when I got into bed last night there's only an hour and a half left. So I did end up listening to the last hour and a half as well. I did finish it. I should have DNF'd it when I thought I should have. I gave it 2 stars, which to be honest I think was quite generous. I think it's probably more of a 1.5, but I've given it 2 stars and I'm going to stick with that at least for now. I just really did not enjoy this. I did not care and did not root for our like couple at all. The dialogue and the way people spoke felt very fake, didn't seem real, didn't like care about in any way whatsoever. And honestly, like the entire way through, I personally couldn't get over how Lena treated people in the first couple of chapters. And like, yeah, it was Aaron, but like the way she treated him because she hated him, honestly, like I think that's personally quite unforgivable. You know, it's the same as like if you go on a date with someone and they're rude to like the waiter, like that's just unforgivable. Like, you don't want to associate and be with that sort of person. So I really don't understand why he would want to be with her anyway, because he's seen how she can act. I just didn't get it. I thought he's quite a pushover and definitely, honestly, should have set his sights a bit higher. Yeah, really didn't like them. It took like a lot of the book before we even got to Spain as well, and like I'd say it was a little bit better once we were there because they were both just like trying to complete a task together, and it did get a little bit better. And I understood that, like, you know, they were slowly opening up and telling each other they actually really did like each other. I just didn't care. It was literally all just miscommunication and all just not listening, not talking, not communicating, and I did not give a shit. I would not recommend this book, honestly. I don't know anyway how you could root for the main couple, and it's a romance, so I feel like that's something I should have done, but I didn't, and I don't care. And like our main character, Lena, who we were following, didn't seem like a nice person, so yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo next. Honestly, it's just the other book of the 2 that are left that I have an audiobook for, and I've still got a lot of stuff I want to get done around the house today, so it seems like a good one to go with. I'm not really sure how this one's written. Like, having a flick through it, it looks like it's all written in like articles, but I don't know if it's all articles or if that's just part of it, because I am seeing some speech marks and stuff, so I feel like it's partially articles and partially just like talking. So yeah, this is the one that I'm most excited for, the one that I think I've got the best chance of really liking and enjoying. So yeah, on the back it says, recluse Hollywood icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant to write her story, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. From making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to leaving show business in the 80s, and of course the 7 husbands along the way, Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship and a great forbidden love. But as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and irreversible ways. I don't know. I didn't enjoy the other book I read by the author, Daisy Jones and the Six, but I did think the audio was good, and I did think like the writing style and overall it was good. I just didn't enjoy the story. So yeah, I'm hopeful about this. I want to read it, want to see what's going on. I'll probably check in when I'm a few chapters in and have formed a bit more of an opinion. Okay, check in for The Seven Husbands of Evelyn, Hugo. I think it's fine. It's okay. I'm not hating it. I'm only up to chapter 4, so I'm not very far in. Chapter 4 is 32 pages, so I'm not far in. But in the last chapter, our reporter Monique actually met Evelyn, and it turns out Evelyn wants Monique to write a book about her life. And already within the chapter, it's straight away gone to, well, who's the love of your life? And it's like, what the actual fuck is this? Like, Evelyn is like this woman who has fought her entire life to be in the industry, is got to the top of the industry, has had so many things, like, you know, we don't know exactly what she's done, but she's been in loads of films, loads of stuff. Like, she's really fought to be there and fought to like have voice and have power and stand on her own and have this name. I don't understand how a reporter who looks up to this woman, the reporter is very much trying to get further and further on into their own career, hey, the first question would be like, who's the love of your life? Like, who did you love the most? Like, I don't get it. Why is that interesting? Why is that the question? Why is it not, you know, like, how did you do this? Like, what adversities were, what everything? Like, I just don't get how the information that is wanted is just to do with her love life. Like, that's not who someone is as a person. Like, she's achieved so much, she's succeeded in so much, why would it not be about that? I don't know if I'm going to be able to understand that. Like, I'm really hoping it's addressed. I'm really hoping the book ends up being more than this who did you love the most question. I don't care. You know, like, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, yeah, it's a catchy title, and I do know that she is bisexual. I'm guessing that that's actually a secret because it sounds like she doesn't really want to talk about who she's loved. You know, like, maybe I have been spoiled in that sense, but like, either way, it's like just not what you'd think would be important. It's not anything comparative to what she's done with her life and what she's achieved. And you know, our main character, the main character we're following, is a reporter, like, and is now going to be like the biographer of this book. And I don't know, like, it's not bad so far. Like, it's fine. I'm finding it easy to follow along with. It's nothing difficult. I'm a bit fed up of our main character, to be honest. Like, she already said about how, like, oh, well, I've been putting on so much weight, and it's like, just fuck off, no one cares. And it's like, already said about how, like, oh, what a failed marriage, and it's like, get over it. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm being really harsh, I don't know, but this book, even though my expectations had been lowered after reading Daisy Jones and the Six, I still thought it'd be really interesting, really fun, and a really cool read, and I'm just not getting that yet. So yeah, I guess that's my update. I'm gonna keep reading, hopefully it gets better. Okay, so I've just finished the section that I think we're getting about, like, husband number 1. So I'm now at page 60. It was alright, like, I don't dislike it. I found the bits where Evelyn was actually, like, talking, because how her bits are being displayed is, like, Monica's pressing record and then Evelyn's talking, so we're very much just seeing it as if you're in her head, I guess, was the easiest way to explain it. And I'm enjoying those bits, but then in between, like, days, we're getting little bits about Monique, and I'm just a bit bored with it, to be honest. All she seems to do is moan that her husband's gone, but I don't know. And then, like, the mom's come into a bit, and I really don't care about her or that relationship or what's going on between them, because there's nothing really going on between them. We're just getting random bits, just like boring shit. But that makes up a very small part of the actual section. Like, I feel like the majority of it was Evelyn talking. And yeah, it was set out very interestingly, because she spoke about how her marriage to her first husband was more of a transactional thing to get her to like California, and then to get her like acting lessons and like so on, and like she spoke about how like she knew she was playing him and all that. So like that was interesting, it was an interesting thing. And yeah, I'm intrigued to read more, and I'm hoping I'm going to keep enjoying it. I don't think I'm going to check in quite as often, because like it's basically just enjoyment level. Like the story isn't really like that in-depth or anything, so I'll probably just, if anything happens that particularly stands out to me, I will check in. If not, I'll probably just check in the morning, no matter where I get to. Okay, so still reading this. I'm on page 150 now. I've just got to the bit that's like subtitled Gullible McReaver. Honestly, I'm just listening along to the audiobook and it's fine. It's interesting, I'm enjoying it. I'm still really enjoying the like moments from like Evelyn's perspective, which is obviously like the main part of what we get in. We're still getting quite a few Monique bits and like getting tidbits into her life, and she's also now brought that slightly into when she's talking to Evelyn. I don't care about that aspect. I still don't care about that aspect, but the way in which this book is being written, and like, you know, in the last couple of chapters at some point it was mentioned to Evelyn, so Evelyn now knows a bit about Monique's life as well. I feel like at some point there's potential that it'll come in and actually be relevant and like mean something. Don't really know, but I'm enjoying the majority of this. I am just finding certain bits a bit boring. It's not bad by any means. I can see why people really enjoy this, I can see why people like this, but there's really not a lot going on. Yeah, it's fine to listen to. I'm enjoying the majority of it. That's all I really have to say. I don't really have many opinions on it. Like, I don't know. Like, you're either gonna like it or meh. I can't imagine anyone hating this. I don't think it's bad. Yeah, that's me right now. Okay, so I've only got 3 hours left of the audiobook, so I figured I'd check in now because there's a chance that I might finish it before checking in again. Like, I'm probably going to listen to it a bit tonight and I've got to get ready in the morning, so there is a chance I will finish it before next being near a camera. I'm still finding it interesting. It's still decent. Right now I would say it's probably like a 3-star. At the very end of the chapter I just finished, which is the bit before we get into Harry's where I'm about to start, it's just said from Monique's perspective, if only she knew now that in like a week's time she'd be finished interviewing Evelyn and know what all of this was really about. And then also said something along the lines of like, if I knew then that it would make me want to kill her, or something like that. And I'm like, I really can't see anything happening that's that dramatic. I can't see anything happening that would make you want to like have murderous intentions towards this person. The only thing I can think of that could be like scandalous, not really, but like kind of, is if Monique ends up being like related to someone that Evelyn once knew, or something like that, or someone who wanted their story told to her. But like, even then I don't really see why it'd matter that much, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know. Didn't expect that to like come into it really. I thought we were just getting the Evelyn thing, and I really feel like the Monique factor of the story is kind of not taking away from Evelyn's, but it's making me not enjoy the book as much. So yeah, I really hope something happens with that and it actually ends up being something interesting and not just like unnecessary. Okay, I finished this. I want to give it a 3.5 star. That's what I think it is. The ending, the final reveal, the final twist was just okay, cool. It was really hyped up to be more than that. Really didn't think it was like a big thing, and because of that, like, I can't give it 4 stars. Like, it was kind of reaching towards 4 stars, but honestly, like, the ending was so disappointing and crap, in my opinion, that I can't. So I want to give it 3.5 because I still think it was, you know, decent. However, I gave Daisy Jones and the Six 3 stars, and I know I shouldn't compare books when it comes to like trying to rate them, but this was so much better than that, and now I'm thinking maybe I gave that a better rating than I should have. So I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with my guts now and give this 3.5 stars, but I think I also need to be aware that before like my end of the year final wrap up, I need to go through and check that I am happy with all the ratings I've been given throughout the year, because that doesn't seem right to me. So yeah, 3.5 stars, wasn't bad, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Evelyn as a character. Monique was so-so, and the twist at the end was just a bit shit. Although I understand, you know, it wasn't a surprise. Like, I had thought it could be that way, but like, I don't want to completely give it away. Although this is spoiler, like, just in case. I don't want to give it away. But essentially, I was like, the reaction was too much. The write-up for, you know, 6, 7, 8 chapters beforehand, when it was like, oh, well, at the end of this week, I'll hate her for this, what she'll reveal. And like, we expected a massive thing, and it just wasn't. Like, I think if it hadn't been hyped up so much throughout the book, of like, by the end of the week, she'll reveal this massive thing to me, and I know I hate her. Like, if only I knew that now, that by the end of the week I'd hate her, sort of thing. If that hadn't been hyped up so much, I'd probably wouldn't have been so disappointed. So yeah, bit shit, but it is what it is. I'm going to pick up The Hating Game. I'm going to try to find an audiobook for this, but I don't think they're online. I think there might be one on Audible, but I don't have Audible. So yeah, this is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I've left this one to last because I'm not hopeful about it. After reading The Spanish Love Deception, I am really worried that all the things I really hated in that are also going to be in this. That is how it feels. So yeah, nemesis. 1, a long-standing rival, an arch enemy. 2, a person's undoing. 3, Joshua Templeman. I already hate it. I mean, like, I know I'm judging too much, but why are synopses so shit? Lucy Hutton, baker of cakes, charming assistant and professional nice girl, is waging war. She's got the whole office on her side except for tall, dark and charmless Joshua Templeman. He's been nothing but hostile since the moment they met, and now it feels like nothing matters as much as taking him down. Trapped together under the fluorescent lights, they become entrenched in an addictive rivalry. There's the starting game, the mirror game, the HR game. Lucy can't let Joshua beat her at anything, especially when a huge promotion comes up for grabs. Finally, she's going to destroy the man she can't seem to get out of her office. The man she hates. The man who's taking up far too much space in her head. If Lucy wins, she'll be Joshua's boss. If she loses, she'll resign. The race is on, but the real games have only just begun. Okay, so she doesn't hate him, she likes him. He likes her too, that's why he's being annoying. They'll be annoying to each other for a bit. Hopefully not too annoying, because I can't be asked to read that. And then they'll get together, and they'll be happy for each other no matter who wins. That is my prediction. I'm worried about this book, and I think I'm gonna let myself DNF even if I'm only like slightly not liking it, because I think from reading this week already, I have realised I'm not gonna like these types of books. They're not for me. I'll give it a go because I already own it and that was the plan, but my hopes are not high. I've not made it far into this. I'm DNFing it. I am. I think if I hadn't already read The Spanish Love Deception this week, I would probably have a bit more tolerance to it. Do I think this is going to be better than that book? No. Do I think it's going to be worse? I don't know. I think it's probably the same, but I wish, when I finished The Spanish Love Deception, I wish I'd have DNF'd it, because it wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy it and I didn't have a good time, and that's the exact same vibe I'm getting reading this. It's just very boring, telltale. I think I said earlier, like, well, she's not really gonna hate him, she's gonna love him and all this and that, and they'll end up liking each other. And like, chapter 1 started out with a description of how like hate and love come from the same emotion and they have the same physical reaction within the body. It's just like, you're literally foreshadowing the fact that it's gonna happen. It's not there at all. I don't care about it. Nothing of what I've read, like, I haven't got very far in. I've probably got 10-15 pages in, something like that. I don't know, I haven't got a bookmark. Nothing at all has intrigued me, nothing has made me want to keep reading, and I know I should give it a few more chapters. I was going to make myself read till chapter 4. I just don't care. I don't think I want to, so I'm going to DNF it here. That is The Hating Game. Okay, so as you saw earlier, I've DNF'd this. I can't put myself through it after reading this. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think romance was for me. I thought this was a long shot, but I definitely can enjoy it. Like, if you have any recommendations that are similar to like The Switch by Beth O'Leary, tell me, because that book was like, I think it got 4 or 5 stars, something like that. Like the Switch was definitely like the only one I've really enjoyed. Like the Flat Share was okay as well by the same author, but not as good as the Switch. I'm looking at like my one shelf of contemporary, she's like right above where you can see. But I think that's literally it, to be honest. The others I have not enjoyed. So yeah, that is that. I read kind of 3 books for this video. Got, according to Goodreads, a 4-star, a 2-star and a DNF. So yes, those are the books. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a fun time. I might do one more of these again in the future. Honestly, I don't think TikTok and TikTok's books are for me, but as I've been filming this video, I have been using the app a little bit more, and I think there is kind of a little bit of TikTok where it's more fantasy books. So if I can find like another 2 or 3 fantasy books recommended that are like continuous, like these are just so everywhere. The only other like contemporary ones that are everywhere that I continuously see are Colleen Hoover, which I'm just have no interest in reading at all. But yeah, if I see any like fantasy that really seem to start to be doing that and are coming from TikTok, because obviously these are all quite old, like none of them have been recently published, they're all quite old and they're getting like brought into it by TikTok, or have been like when they came out were just on TikTok, weren't really on booktube. If I see that for fantasy, I might do another one of these. But for now, that is it. And that is my TikTok time over with, which I'm ridiculously happy about, to be quite honest. I just don't think this was for me, but there we go. If you did enjoy the video, which I really do hope you did, please do give it a like. Subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.